All right, let's get rolling. Screen share. Share this screen. Share. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. All right, so let's jump into this. I thought CJ was going to jump on this, but you know, it is what it is. It's recorded, right?
It is now.
Yes, exactly. So what I'm going to do, because CJ's in a separate market, I'm actually going to use him as the example here, which is why I was kind of hoping he'd be on here for some of these ads. There's a lot of different intricacies and things that I'm kind of learning inside of here as far as what's happening, how things are working, getting these things posted. Jason, I appreciate the thing you posted the other day. I should see if I can find that here real quick. I left it open. This was kind of interesting. These different time frames as far as when to post. 3 a.m. I don't know about all that. For me,
I see Jason's posts come over at like midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes.
I know,
I'm
right?
like, what the hell, really?
I wish there was a way you could like schedule it inside of these groups, but you know, I look at this and go, okay, so 3 a.m. is the ideal time, which is not going to happen, obviously. But the other time, it looks like 10 a.m. is the best on Tuesday and noon. So this kind of area right in here, Monday through Friday, surprisingly, the weekends are dead. But once again, it's if you're gonna do it, and I don't mean dead because like this is dead right here, like these little basically translucent sections. So once again, anytime between, you know, 7 and 11 every single day, which really closer to 11 seems to be, you know, even on Sunday, this 8 to 9 time. These seem to be the best times to go. And then, I mean, I know Jason, you post a lot of stuff late at night and you get really good results with those late night ones too. So it's like, you know, I think you have to kind of look at this and go, that's the global engagement. And then go to yourself and say, well, when am I getting the best? You know, and just post there, you know, because one of the problems that people do is, you know, you try to like box yourself into like these time frames and these sections of what you're trying to do. And that's not always, I don't know. You can't be sitting there chilling and relaxing and like, oh, I gotta go post, and it's, you know, 9 o'clock at night. You know, it's got to be a time where you can consistently do it. And I think that's kind of the key is, you know, one of these, there's back in the day of the cold calling days, one of the things they would talk about all the time was, you know, why do they recommend, you know, making your phone calls between 8 and noon? And it wasn't necessarily because that was when you get the best response time from people, but that's when you have the most energy. That's when you were on your A game. So even if I could reach more people in the evenings, if I'm exhausted or if I'm not on my A game and I'm making phone calls or doing stuff like late at night,
well,
then those are just wasted leads anyways, right?
something to say here. So like when you look, if you post at 9 a.m., this is highest engagement time here. You'll see is between 7 and 12, right? But if you post it at 9 or 10, you've missed the engagement for 7 and 8. So even though this 5 o'clock shows the least engagement, to me, you want to post any time here because you want to get this full day's engagement, right? I mean, it's not saying that if you post at 5, you're not going to get any engagement. It's saying that at 5 o'clock is the least amount of people looking at stuff. But if you post it at 5 o'clock, then you're going to get 6 o'clocks, 7 o'clocks, 8 o'clocks, 9 o'clocks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if you're getting up 5:30, post, go do your thing. I mean, yeah, by the time you roll, you know, we're done with our call, you should have some leads and you should have some engagement, you know, in there. You know, this kind of shows you that posting at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, you're just getting lost overall.
Yep.
So there's definitely something to be said about, you know, like you said, early morning versus late at night. You know, I wouldn't probably post later than like 5 or 6 because you still have some decent engagement here between, you know, like 6 and 9. But after that, it kind of falls off. And there is some truth that, you know, you do get a lot of engagement at 3 in the morning. And we've seen leads come in at that time plenty of times. So I guess if you go to bed at 11, maybe post at 11 before you go to bed, and you're probably not going to have as much competition in that space. I don't know. It just goes back to, you know, even Instagram looks like it's about the same. It goes back to the same thing. Just post when you first start, right? Post when you want to, see how it goes. If you're not getting the results you're looking for, try to go into that 5:30 space, right? Try to get into that, like maybe 9 o'clock. You know, our call's at 9, so maybe at 8:30, like boom, 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 and then, you know, by 9 you're good to go. And you're jumping on that stuff and you're posting in these different locations. You know, even with LinkedIn, it just depends on what you're posting, right? So I want to jump into, like I said, one of the things that we've talked about is this grid idea of when you're posting. And so this is what I did for Tucson, right? So I'm just going to rename this Tucson. This took me 5 minutes to create this. Do you guys know how to do this? Does anybody not know how to do it? Do you want me to show you how to do it?
Might as well show just in case we get somebody that doesn't.
True. All right. So this took literally 5 minutes. If you're using Google Chrome, it's going to be easier. So when I go to just a regular Google browser, my main login is my personal account. I just hit this picture and I just switch. And then that L is for the Loyalty Home Group account, right? And so if you go to this little Google Apps section right here, you drop here and you just go to Sheets. Sheets. So you click on that, and super simple, you hit the blank, and you can name this whatever you want. And I literally just want Monday, Tuesday, I know I can't spell. You get the idea, right? And then so I had joined all these different groups in Tucson, and I literally just went like right click, copy link address, next. Right click, copy link address, next. And I just did that over and over again until I came up with this grid. Obviously, I formatted it a little bit different. You know, like I said, I think you should be in at least 10 rooms per day, ideally. So your first row is your months, or your day of the week. So I would just do these 11 rows, go up to the format, wrapping, and I like the wrap. And then that way it gives you the whole link inside of there, and then you can just adjust this accordingly.
I just learned something.
Yeah,
Wrapping.
not
I
just for
never knew
DJ,
that.
but it helps kind of keep it clean, right?
Yeah, I like it.
And so then you just, when you're ready to go, it's just something as simple as you just, you click on it, and there's the link, or you can just click it, and it's going to always open in another window. Now for me, I have multiple windows or multiple screens open. And so what I can do is, if I just move this to another screen and I click on the next one, it's just gonna, well, it should have automatically went there, but you kind of get the idea, is you just click through, and now I've got all these different pages open. Now, some of these I'm still waiting for acceptance. Like this one here, I've just got a request open, so I can't post in here yet. So, because I just did this yesterday in preparation for today. This one I can post, right? So let's, we can start right here. And where's the Loyalty Home Group page? So I've already got a bunch of crap open. Let me move this back over here. See, I've got my 50,000 windows open as usual, but you kind of get the idea. I mean, it takes literally minutes, and now I've got a grid. I've still got more that I can build in here, but one of the things that I recommend when I'm going in here is, you can see, all I did was I searched Tucson Marketplace for groups. I like these ones that have high numbers. You'll see I skipped these ones that only had 1,000 members, but maybe I join. Who gives a crap? This one only had 1,400 members. If I'm looking to fill this one, I didn't do this one because it said free page. So I didn't really think that was the right place to post. I mean, challenge me if I'm wrong. This one only had 280 members, but there's 5 posts a day. So you know what? At this point, maybe I just join everything, right? Free stuff. I didn't want to go in that one just because I'm probably get kicked out of that one in a minute. And so you just join. Some of them will ask you questions. We're not doing used cars, trucks for sale, yard sale. I like that one, but it's really low membership. So I joined the high ones first.
I noticed that you're joining under the loyalty home group. Are the other agents joining under their personal or under a business page?
Not everyone gives you that option, to be honest with you.
I've been doing it in personal.
Just it's certain groups that'll let you. So like, I don't know what this Tucson sales. No selling animals or guns. Sorry. That one's pending. Seeing that'll ask you questions. So if it doesn't ask you questions, it's just going to have you join in as you. Do you agree? Yes. It's super, super simple. And so, you build that grid, you fill this thing in, and the idea is that you want to get this to 11 rows deep. And so I'd rather have 11 rows of unique links. At the beginning, maybe I'm going to go and I'll start duplicating, some of these, so I'll put this one on Monday, Wednesday, Monday and Thursday, and, I'll mix and match it a little bit to get to my 11 rows. But honestly, if you go deep, you should be able to get 11 rows worth of, or 10 rows worth of never duplicating twice a week. And that's also the reason why I just go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I'm stacking into larger groups every single day. I don't want to go down the row, because as you can see, some of these 25,000 members, 30,000 members, let me join that one. But the ones with 100 members, 939, I don't want to end up with Friday with all my low membership ones. You want to be hitting big groups every single day.
So just a note on here, scroll back to the top of that screen real quick. So for you guys that are searching, or actually you don't even need to be at the top, but to searching. So for here, he's got over there in the search, he's got Tucson Marketplace. You can also try different things like homes, homes for sale. I mean, you can put in all kinds of different things. So don't think you're restricted to just the city there. Try different things because you'll get different categories that pop up that you'll want to join.
Yeah.
So right there, like those are 2 that you would definitely want to be in.
Right. Tucson home for sale rent, join group. Then you just hit see all. And then next thing you know, you got a big list. You can just click, 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 click. It really takes minutes. I mean, so now you've got all these different real estate groups. You've got the.
So you can also put like South Arizona, Southern Arizona, you know what I mean? Because there's groups have so many different names. Just don't limit yourself just to a city is all I'm saying, because as you go in there and search, you'll find all kinds of more.
Yeah. So like here's Sierra Vista yard sales, right? So CJ lives in Sierra Vista. And now I can go in here and I can join all those groups. So like I'm in Gilbert groups, I'm in Chandler groups, I'm in Mesa groups, I'm in Apache Junction groups, I'm in Queen Creek groups. So I'm not, like, Jason said, I'm not just pigeonholing myself to just all the Phoenix groups. I'm in multiple groups. Like Brian, you should be in like Cave Creek groups, Scottsdale groups, Paradise Valley groups, Glendale,
North
Yeah,
Valley groups, because like, for instance, one of the biggest ones over here is East Valley Yard Sales or something like that. There's like
Yeah.
95,000 people in it. And if you just put in city names, it'll never pop up and you'll never know it. So.
Yeah, and maybe West Valley is one that you do, you know, Central Phoenix, you know, Biltmore groups.
Craigslist.
Yeah, I mean, you'll find that as you search through these groups, you could fill this thing super fast. And so once you build your one ad, so, you know, going back to that, let's just go here. I can't post here, so I'm just going to close that. Because ideally, you know, maybe you want 15, because like that one, I can't post in there today. It says it's paused, but here I can, right? And so the trick is, if I've got a specific listing, so, you know, we're down here in Tucson, for this one, go away. If I go in here and I just type in Tucson, I'm going to be given a bunch of listings, right? So ideally, like, okay, so not that I want to advertise an $85,000 property, but like here you can see this one's listed by eXp Realty. So to me, you know, I might market that one. Now, I don't personally like the price point, so I'm going to pass on that one. And if I'm going to, you know, instead of scrolling through a bunch of stuff that I don't want to do, maybe I say I want my minimum price point to be 400,000. And so now I'm in here, and ideally it would be easier to go into the Flex and do my research there and have a, you know, just a Flex list where I'm looking at eXp listings. But this is the hard way to do it, is to search this way. But here we go. So here's one, 435 eXp Realty. So now I can market this property. Come on.
If you aren't going to do it here, searching it in KV Core is probably even easier than Flex, because you just click on that button that says my brokerage listings.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
I can hear my computer screaming at me right now. So if I'm going to now market this property, all I'm going to do, and I've showed this before, but for the sake of the recording, you literally just go up here, make sure it's on your subdomain. So if you're on here and you just go to loyaltyhomegroup.com and you start sharing stuff, you're basically creating leads for everybody, except for you know, you may get it, you may not get it. So make sure you're on, you know, tim.loyaltyhomegroup, brian.jason. Whatever is your, you know, subdomain is. And it's super simple. You just go up here and you hit //share. And you've got a couple different options on here. So I'm just going to put where it's coming from. I haven't really noticed any, you know, difference. I mean, but I'm on Facebook where I'm going to do it. So I'll just put Facebook. Social registration. I like the combined registration, just to be honest with you. So the combined registration, it gives them the option to fill in their information or just hit sign in with Facebook. The default is social registration. The light is just going to be just no social registration. What are you guys doing on that? Are you doing the combined, or are you just sticking with straight social?
I've only been doing this social. What's the
I use
combined do?
combined.
I was doing social, but yeah, I think I'll do combined now that you say
So
that.
combined for the preview. Oh, I'm logged in here. Let me log out.
Dun, dun, dun.
So the preview will show you, so the combined registration shows, so I can fill this information in or click this.
Oh, okay.
Whereas the social just only gives you the one option. So it's up to you. You know, maybe.
Is there a way to do it to where it can only do Facebook? So that way they have to click on, they can't
So
put in
social registration will show that, I believe. I mean, this is why we're doing this, right? Like, what's working, what's not working. You know, if you just do it this way, then your only option is confirm your registration.
Well, or sign up with email. Yeah. So yeah, which one is that? Social? So how are they putting in fake info?
It's not that, so if you hit confirm your registration, now I'm already in here. So it just logs me right in. Most of the time it's not that they're putting in fake information, because it doesn't give them the ability to go in there, unless of course they are in fact going and doing the sign up with email, and that's how they're putting in the fake information.
So social might be better, huh?
Yeah, actually, you know what? Now that I'm going through this, I think I would just go social registration. Like Marshall, you know, we've always done combined. So actually, I'm going to change my tune on this and say do social registration, because it still gives them the option, but you want them to just do this. It's easier to click a button than it is to do that.
Yeah, and they're
So-
going to the ad on Facebook, so they obviously have a Facebook account. And
Yeah. So that's probably what I would do then, is just do the social registration. And then when you hit the preview, that obviously takes you to the full link here. So this is the link that you can share. And as we've talked about, that's crazy long. And so I recommend personally just going to Bitly.
yeah, multiple reasons. Yeah.
And Bitly allows you to shrink that down. Now I've got a free account, but I've had it forever, that I've actually been able to use a subdomain. So loyaltyhg.com allows me to take that domain, and I've got the Bitly plugin on my Chrome browser. And so when I'm doing this, it's literally, I just hit this button and I mean, that's so easy. And I can just go right in here and I can just change it to, you know, maybe I put Eagle Heights for sale, save the changes. And there I go, I've got it. It'll give me a QR code. I can copy that. And now I've got, you know, at least the link, and that looks way easier to use, this short link versus that long ass link. Because if you're posting this whole thing in Facebook, you're going to just get killed. So now you go back to here, and I'm just going to change one thing here real quick. Actually, you know what? I'll assign these to CJ. I want to see how they come in. So I'm just going to go sell something. House for sale. And I'm just gonna, hang on. I'm gonna move this to another screen so I can just copy and paste it while I'm doing this. This is why I work off of multiple screens.
So much easier.
House, so this is a 3-bed, 2-bath, listed at 435. Property address. I've already copied the link, so that's why I'm typing this versus just copy and pasting. You know what? There we go. Property description. So this is where you put in the links, right? So full details is kind of how I always write it off. So I put the link, put the description. You know, you can add emojis and stuff to this thing, which is not a bad idea. You'll notice I got to roll back up here. So add photos. So to do that, I'm just going to go back into here, you know, grab this. Front, yeah, that's fine. You know, find like some good shots. Let's see. Man, these are all like exterior. So here's the kitchen. Got in the backyard, decent backyard. All right, what do we got in the backyard? That looks nicer. So I'm only giving them a few pictures. I kind of like that front, kitchen, backyard. Unless they have like a pimped out like master bedroom, then maybe I'll add that as well. And so now I can just go here and just scroll these three, and now I've got pictures. Let's move those around a little bit. back down to here. This is a 2310. I don't know why I have to do it this way. In unit, garage. Tell it we don't use the word central AC here, but whatever. Next. Now, the other thing I'll do when I'm doing this is what I've noticed with this add your listings to other groups section right here, it'll actually go to the ones that I most recently had open. And so if I look here, Tucson area online swap meet, sometimes is on here. This time it's not. But I'm going to put it in marketplace. Now, if it's not my listing, I may not put it in marketplace. I'm just going to be honest with you, because it's not my listing to put in a marketplace. But if I'm just doing a blanket type advertising on this, I'm going to do that. And I'll just go in here and find it, or I'll just recreate it in each one. Sometimes it's easier. You know, one thing I've learned, so Tucson area, so the online swap meet, I think I can go search and it'll actually go down all the way through here. Oh, it is right here. So click. So I'm going to add it there. This next one is Tucson swap and yard sale. That's right here. So it is taking the most recent ones I had open. Online marketplace. So you can see if you click it open, click, it, because you just visited those, they're right there. So that's a nice little shortcut. I'm going to go back to the description here real quick though, before we post it, to add a couple things. So some of the stuff that, you know, we've talked about is, this is pretty boring, right? As a description, you got pictures, price, and this. You know, one thing that I've seen, you know, Sai asked me this question the other day, is like, do you think 3 links is too much? I say no. So what would you do as an additional link, right? So this is full details of the property, but you can do you could do a blanket search now. So back to, you know, the property. Now this is in, I'm just going to pull the zip code. I don't know anything about Tucson, so I'm just kind of doing, let's see how big that's a decent, I would say this is a decent, you know, area that targeted as far as an area. I'm going to go in here, I'm going to change the price point to be similar. So maybe like 350. I see these going up to 1.2 million. So I'm probably going to leave those in there. Not going to walk away from that. 57 houses. Now I've got a blanket search, right? And so I'm just going to go in here, once again, do the bit.ly. And what was the zip code?
85739.
That's bad that you can read my computer better than I can. So now I've got 853C9, you know, there, copy, go back to here. Now I've got a search that I just created for that area. You know, so now I can do that, right? So you're selling your home, great, let's do that. Let's get a home valuation while we're at it. Screw it, right? So home value. This one you could probably just copy and paste just because it's short enough. But just like that, you've put in 3 links into your piece. 1, 2, 3. They can look at the house, they can look at for houses just like it, or they can put their house up for sale. And you've given them all 3 options. And I've opened up all those pages. And so now I'm automatically posting to there as well. And so it doesn't matter that I'm not going to go in there anymore. I just hit post. Well, I like this piece too. So this is another little trick. When you go all the way down to the post, it gives you some options. So, join these groups, Swift Swap, Surprise to Buckeye. Brian, that one should have your name written all over it. Arizona Mobile Homes, Cy, that one's you. But here's one.
You got anything with Tonopah?
Santan Queen Creek, join group. Yes, please. I'm not in that one, so now I'll add that. Phoenix Online Yard Sale, 18,000 members. Yes, please. What is the worst part of town? Mama. There we go. I don't think anybody actually reads this.
Isn't that a fair housing?
That's why I said your mama's. Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Are you for living in another country? No. You can be from another country. That's allowed. You just can't be posting from another country. So.
Did it say from?
It said from or living. It's like, so apparently Elon Musk isn't allowed to post in there because he's technically from Africa.
Apparently, like, that's not an agent and doesn't know fair housing rules.
Well, it's also not, it's yard sale, so it may not be an agent.
Yeah, maybe.
So just like that, if I had all 11 active, I would be posting simultaneously to all those groups I'm in. So this is where we talk about just taking a few minutes a day. I mean, it doesn't take much time at all. And these are active links too. Look, click, click, click. So those are all active links that people can see. This one's a squeeze page. This one's actually not a squeeze page. So the only mistake I made on that one is I didn't make that a squeeze page. This one isn't either. So I should have made that a squeeze page, but it is what it is. To do that, I would have just, what was it, 85379? No, that wasn't it. What's that?
739.
I don't want to mark it as sold.
85739.
Oh, 739. Catalina. What? Oh, that's Homesworth. Sorry, gotta go back to the home page. So, well, that's a different area, but the same thing. I just shared this directly. Had I done the /share, now I got a squeeze page again. So you can create squeeze pages on multiple different things. Blanket
On the home,
What's
on the
that?
home valuation one, do you do /share?
Let's try.
No, because they're going to put in their address.
Well, let's try. I mean, it could be. No, it doesn't allow you to do that.
Okay, but you would put your name at the front, right?
Yeah, always. I mean, I
Okay.
would never personally, like, if I were you, I would never visit just Loyalty Home Group's website. I would always visit your subdomain.
Right.
And the other thing too, so like if I'm in here and I'm going, okay, I want to do, just Gilbert. So I'll get local here for a second. And I want to just, hit a price point. I mean, not that there's anything below 300,000 anyways, but that gets rid of the rentals. So that's just a little trick. If you lower your price, if you leave the price point open, it's going to include rentals. Delete, by putting a minimum price point, you're going to get rid of the rentals. So, it's always frustrating. You're trying to, advertise to a certain part of town and people are hitting on the rentals and you're like, no, that's not what I'm trying to do. I mean, you've got all of these filters in here. I always pull these ones out just to reduce the number. Play around with these. These are, there's so much stuff in here to kind of look at. I mean, community features. So, you could put golf course communities. Not that there's only like 3 or 4 in Gilbert, but golf course community, golf community. So you can play around with it. and we hit see listings, now there's 11 homes available according to the way I clicked it with golf course community. So you got, these are in like Greenwood Lakes or whatever that's called. And then you've got down here is Seville. And then I'm guessing these are probably the 55 plus community right here. Whatever that's called over by USI.
Trilogy.
Yeah, Trilogy. So these are the three kind of areas where you've got golf courses. Well, you've got this one here, and then there's also Western Skies. So the 4 golf course communities. But just like that, I can create this search, hit bit.ly, Gilbert Golf Course Homes. Just like that, I've got a link for Gilbert Golf Course Homes, and I can advertise golf course homes in Gilbert. So think about the time of year. So like it's April right now, it's getting warm. I mean, my kids have already been in the pool. Even though I think it's too cold, they don't care because they're, 9 and 6. What are people looking for right now? What are you getting a lot of phone calls on? You've got all these different options in here. I mean, pool features, even if it's a community pool, whatever it is, you can advertise Gilbert Pool Homes, Gilbert Homes with pools under 600 or whatever it ends up being. There's so many different things you can do. I think that getting really niche, like, horse property could be a good one, because
Yep, it is.
let's just be honest. If I'm looking for horse property, what's the one thing I need to have?
Acreage.
Money.
Horses?
Well, money. You can't buy a horse property these days. Good luck finding a horse property under, I'm just to be conservative, under 800,000. You're probably looking at $1 million buyer if they're looking for horse property. And, that's in here. You've got these lot features, somebody wants to live on a waterfront or, corner lot, you advertise that. Yeah, you may only get a small amount of leads versus, Gilbert Homes for 450. But I'm going to bet that you're going to get a much better quality of lead, gated community, Gilbert gated community homes. Well, I don't know why that didn't check off, but I'll have to figure out why. So this is why I was saying you play around with it. I must have double checked something. Oh, that's lot features. I needed to go to community features. There's gated community and gate community features. So that brings me up. Come on. A few more. Refresh. Anyways, you get the idea as far as some of those blanket searches. Think about anything niche that is, I think I broke it. There we go. Just have to refresh it a couple times. Yeah, 23 properties found in gated communities here in Gilbert. 350, and actually I don't even have a price range on those right now. So what other tricks are you guys using that is working that I haven't covered right now?
So that works for Facebook ads. I haven't seen anything come from them before when placing on Instagram. So I'd like to do that sometime to figure out ways to place ads good on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram's a little bit different because Instagram's about engagement versus link clicks.
Mhm.
And I think I can pull one up here real quick just to kind of show you from. I mean, you can't post
That thing
through
you
their
put up
website, but you
yesterday
can
was
search.
awesome. I'd never seen that before. Where did you do that through?
Just Instagram.com. So if I go to like anything that I've posted, so like for instance here, just sold, right? Here's the link. That's not clickable on the phone. So one of the things that I've learned, I guess I can comment. Let's see if I can put it in here. I think that you can click it
Nope.
in the comments. So let me just pull this up real quick and see if that actually worked. I may be lying. But in the actual thing itself, it won't. So just sold. Let's see if this can work. Yeah. Can I size that? Let's see. Come on. All right. Can you guys see this
Yep,
on the phone?
yep.
We just blanket this out. All right. So on here, if I go into the more section, yeah, see, crap. The hyper or the hashtags, those are good, but yeah, and see, this is the problem is like with just regular posting, you're not really, your links don't go anywhere. Like who's going to actually like type that in and go, right? So it's more about engagement. But if I was to actually send this to somebody, if I like hit this Arizona Life and I message them, then I can send them the link. I don't have anything to paste, but that makes sense.
The links work on Instagram, right? I mean, not Instagram, LinkedIn.
Yes, if I go in here,
Just Instagram.
yeah, it's not letting me do it, but yeah, so that it's more about being able to click through and link them through. The links just don't work inside of Instagram. That's the, unless you're doing, I believe, promotion. It's about engagement. It's about conversation. So they've kind of figured out a way with the algorithms or whatever with the programming inside of Instagram where you really can't. I mean, it's just you've got the link that works here, but that's it. Just inside of your, so you can put your link in your profile, but that's about it. So have a link in your profile if you don't have one. One of the things that Jason had sent me a message on yesterday is I've got these highlight reels. These took me nothing to create. Like literally seconds.
Those are awesome.
And they turned out really nice.
Honestly, they say you should post a bunch of stories every day too. So, because you're getting people to look at it.
Right.
The reels, I'm not sure if you used reels yet, but the reels give you the ability to get outside of your group of people. So I've been trying to post some of those lately. And I think it works.
So actually, the stories are probably better because you can put links in the stories. You can't put links in the reels. I mean, you could create your link tree and put a link in your story, or you could just say like, click link in my bio and it goes to your link tree. That's what I do. And then I put new listings in there. But if you're advertising a bunch of listings, probably better to put them in your stories and then just add a link to it.
Okay.
So let's go to Brivity Marketer real quick, right? So inside of Brivity Marketer, I didn't create a video yesterday specifically because I knew we were going to be doing this after Jason sent me that. So if you go to create media, if you've got listings, you can do it your own listings in here. If you don't have any listings and you're like, crap, just go to create media and go down to the bottom here and you've got these videos. And so I can just do just listed video. I liked this one here. You can just pull it up, right? So you have the ability to just type in 123 Main Street and it'll pull all the information in there. So I'll just grab the Fountain property here real quick. Lots of active listings right now. Even though we're gonna Liberty's probably gonna go under contract in a minute. I'm waiting on those signatures to come through. And I'm getting a full price cash offer on Carriage. So that's cool. All right, so Fountain, right? I can go in here and say create video. And so it's going to create the video instantaneously for me. But it's just gonna use, it just stacks the first few pictures, right? And so just go into the edit screen. You can choose the music.
That is so super cool that you can do it right there.
Yeah. And
That's
so there's that. Then I go into the pictures, MLS photos. And so the trick with this is you just have to take this little scroll bar and just slowly move it. And then I can go and say, okay, is that the picture I want, or do I want to go with this one? And drop
Well,
that
the
one.
only thing I always find that it zooms way in on the pictures.
But it's zooming out, right? So you can see it's like doing a zoom in and out. So now the second picture comes. Now I want to go to the kitchen. And so I'm looking for a good shot of the kitchen that, you know, so I'll go to that one. Now I've got the kitchen. Now I go to another picture. Maybe I want to do the backyard. So like this one only really gives you 3 photos, and then it gives you your information.
Nice.
So it's super quick, just like that. Save, download, and then it'll take a minute to download. But what I was showing in the video, as Brian gracefully pointed out, I didn't have the audio recording yesterday, which was kind of dumb, but whatever. In Google Drive, so I have Google Drive installed on my actual phone. So your Loyalty Home Group email address is connected to online storage with Google Drive. So you can throw things in here. So I can just take this video, go over to Google Drive, and just drop that right into the Loyalty Home Group folder. Are you sure? Yes. Send it over. I should have moved it, but whatever, just for the example. So there it is here. I can keep an eye on it. Where's Google Drive?
if you're an iPhone user too, you could airdrop it to yourself.
Yeah, or you can airdrop it, exactly. So if you have, no, that's perfect. No, I appreciate
Yeah.
it. You know, and so it's showing here, it's synced, so it's good. So now I should be able to go to my phone and go to Google Drive. So now it's downloading to my phone. There it is. Fountain. Download. So now I'm going to actually download it to my phone. Downloaded file, good. So I can go to Instagram, post, story. There it is.
So then if you click in that one little section at the top, you can see where you can add a link with the face, the square face. Yeah, and then there should be a link. There you go, link. Oh, you passed it. There, yeah, link. Yep, and then you can add your link.
Oh, no kidding. All
Yep.
right, so if I'm on my computer, what I'm probably gonna do is go to,
Or you could
If
put it
you're
in
on your
the-
phone, when you add the story, you can just swipe up and it'll give you all of those options as well. But since you're on your computer, it's just easier to click on that little square thing.
social registration, see how this works. So I just sent myself that email. Now I can just switch over to my email program.
Why didn't you just copy it straight into Instagram versus emailing it to yourself?
Because I'm still creating it. You're watching me create this on my phone.
He's doing it with his phone. You think he's doing it on the computer, but he's actually on his
Yeah, so I
phone.
was basically moving it from my computer to my phone.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So now I can just put it on my stories, hit next, and share. And so just like that, I mean, you guys saw that took no time. Add the highlights. Done. Just like that. I mean, so now you're putting like all of these, everything here. These are all Brivity Marketer images.
So click on, scroll up a little bit, and I'm only doing this because I know Jackie's she uses this a lot. But click on Insights. So this is where you can see, like, click on Accounts Reached. And then scroll down. This is where you can see, like, you know, who's looking at what. So you can see you get your non-followers, 100 out of 157. You know, the portion of them are non-followers, but see that's what your stories have created. And then when you create reels, and this is what I was talking about before, the reels get astronomical numbers compared to the stories and the posts.
Well,
Whether or not it leads to anything, I don't know yet, but the reels, it seems like when I make reels, I'm getting more people that are actually clicking on and starting to follow me, because it's going out to a broader range of people.
yeah, and obviously, I mean, the very first stories I ever posted were yesterday. I've
Yeah.
never posted a story.
Right, no, yeah, I know. I didn't mean to use it as an example. I
You
just
know,
meant to show you how you can look at the insights in case you didn't know. You can see who's
like I had
looking
no
at
idea you
what.
could add a link. Like, you know, Jackie, this is why that's why I named this a mastermind, not a class, because we should be able to learn from each other. Because the idea is that, you know, you can see these are the posts, this is how much they're getting. Now I have these stories. This one's got, you know, the new one that we just put in has a link in it. Well, what else can I do? You know,
The reels, yeah.
add more
And then-
text, you know, put other stuff in there. You know, I should be able to add hashtags. One of the programs I use for hashtags is this Planoly program. I used to have the subscription. I just stopped paying for it. But basically, I've got this kind of catalog that I'm building of hashtags. And so when I need hashtags for, you know, posting inside a buffer, which is what I use to post, you know, images, I just go over here, listings, copy, and it, you know, it basically copies all these hashtags for me automatically. So I don't have to sit there and go, you know, you play with it and you build it. And so now I'm looking at this and going, okay, well, I just added this reel in here or this story. Can I edit it? Is the question. I don't know the answer to that question. So if I can edit it here,
You can't.
so once it's up, it's up.
Yep.
But that's a link right here.
Yeah. See?
I got another good one the other day off of a video I watched from Mike Sherrard, which is for hashtags. It's called dailypurposes.com. I don't know if that's something you want to check out, but it can.
Did your link work? Len, I got a call. I had a call come in.
Looks like it.
Yay.
So it works.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a neat little trick. I mean, and it's short, it's sweet, it's to the point, and it's additional advertising. I mean, like you said, with the insights, can I see insights on the computer, or is that just?
No, you can't see them on there. You got to be on your phone. You might be able to go through settings there, but
My flag constantly trips my Ring camera.
I wish I could show you mine right now. So I've only been looking at it a lot lately just because I've been doing the reels. And, just to give you an example, I've posted a bunch of stories and a bunch of posts, and they, all the stories have 30, 40, 50 views. I posted a video the other day and it's got 506 views, a reel. So that's what I'm saying. Like the reach just goes farther with the reels.
Yeah.
I did a stupid video of my daughter at basketball camp and I've got 1,300 views on it. You know what I mean?
The personal stuff is always going to go further, let's just be honest, than your business stuff. It just, it is.
Yeah, so part of that is it goes beyond just trying to market the listing, right? You're trying to add people to follow you.
Right.
So that way, when you do post the listings, those people are added into the group that are seeing them.
Right.
So, I mean, that's the idea, is to grow the followers. So the reels, I mean, like, I don't know. It's something I'm just trying to figure out. And Jackie probably has way more insight into this stuff because I know she posts a lot more stuff on there, but.
I've been so inconsistent that my reach has really diminished. So that's the other piece of it, is you just have to be super consistent. And I do a combination of everything, reels, posts, and stories. But it's just, sometimes it's a lot.
Yeah, it is. You got to do it almost every day, but I can
Yeah.
see, like, you've been doing it a lot more lately. And I'm sure if you were to look at your insights, they're in the last week, they've gone through the roof compared to where.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know why, but like I tried to take that same video and create a reel with it, and it wouldn't let me. Because I thought the reel would be better. Nobody needs to see that.
So you can share your reels to your stories, but I don't think you can do vice versa.
But like, look, it would go through here, and right up at the top of the thing says add, and when I hit it, oh, it worked.
There you go. And then you can do all kinds of editing on the reel, which is really cool too. Like, I don't know if you saw the one I did where I had like 70,000 agents, 72,000, 73,000, 74,000, all the way up to 80,000 with EXP. But then like I added like fireworks to it and music and stuff like that.
I think if I'm not mistaken, when I add the video and I hit add, it wants me to interact with a video, like live video, because it keeps going to the live video.
No, you can put in recorded videos.
Oh, maybe it allows me to.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Now I can write a caption.
So, and then back to like when you first put the video in there, it had that thing at the bottom. You can actually shorten your video this way or this way. So
Yeah.
like if at the end you screwed up or something, or you want to cut it shorter.
I tried it yesterday, it didn't work, but look, you can add text to this. So if I go into, and I just take this same exact verbiage, for instance, And once again, I'm going to email myself because that's a lot of verbiage. I don't know if it'll let me to do it through, unless it'll let me just paste it here. Nope.
Now the reels can only be like, if you're recording one, they could only be like if you're doing it, if you're recording it through Instagram, it can only be 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. But I can now take this whole thing. Come on. Also share the feed.
I always crop the image too, just so it shows up looking nice on your page. Go back and go to,
Oh, that's the cover.
yeah, so click on cover. See where the words are, cover? No, on the photo.
Up top. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
here.
there you go. And then select a photo. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's what it looks like at the start
Yep.
of it.
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, so whatever, yeah, exactly, whatever one you want, and then go to crop.
What the heck?
That's weird.
Yeah, because like the other day I did a reel and it started it like this.
There we go.
Yeah, right.
So you gotta like take put the different cover
Yeah.
photo on, because sometimes you look really silly mid-sentence.
So I usually do those two
I
things.
think adding location is probably a good idea.
I do it. I don't know if it works or not, but I even did the one I did. I tagged you just because they say tagging people's good too. So I don't know. I tried different things.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know how to get out of this thing.
Back to home, yeah.
So, yeah, so I mean, now it's a reel, which is cool. I didn't realize I could do that. I tried yesterday and it didn't work. So that's interesting that I was able to get it to work this time.
Yeah, now keep track of those insights and see, like tomorrow, look at it and see what the differences are, and you'll be like, whoa. It doesn't show up right away on the reel.
Yeah, so I mean, at least it's listing it as a story and a reel. And then
You got to click on accounts reached, and then you can.
but top reels, I made it. That's the top one for me. But still, I mean, I looked at the clock and it was 11:50 when I opened up Brevity Marketer, and it's 12:05. So in 15 minutes, created a video, posted a, whatever that thing's called, and a reel, added hashtags, did all that stuff. I mean, this program for Brevity Marketer is like super simple. I mean, when
Yeah, it would take way longer to do that in Canva.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of it is Canva based, right? So when
Yeah.
you have listings in your inventory, it's pretty simple. You just go in here and you can just hit, this little drop down, and I can create all these different options in here. So if I want to do social media posts, great, create social media posts. And then you can do these drop downs, just listed, and then you've got all these other things. So when it goes under contract, here's
Yeah,
my
that's
under
awesome.
contract templates.
Yeah, that's awesome.
When I was doing the coming soon, I really like this one that's got like the lines through it, because you can kind of see the picture.
Yeah.
It's kind of a nice attention getter. This one's another one I like.
Yeah.
This one, but hopefully we'll have to
yeah.
use this one in the future, price reduced.
Yeah, right. No, that's awesome. I mean, I've made all my templates, so I just pop the pictures in there. But if you haven't, this is like amazing.
Yeah, it's super simple.
Yeah, for sure.
So the key is just find the ones that you like, and just like anything, I created it, I downloaded it. If you go to my downloads folder, here's the one from Pierpont that I created yesterday. I mean, this one took me 5 minutes, and all I did was I just copied the font and just drew a red line over this to kind of give that effect of, you know, the price before and after. And so once it was downloaded, I just went into buffer here, hit create post, hit all three that I've got. So I go to, you know, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook business page. And then I just typed in what I want, had it, you know, uploaded the image, customized for each network, and just, you know, did it 1, 2, 3. And just like that, it shared everything. If you go to the calendar, you can see where it posted everything over the last, you know, week or two. You know, every time I post, it just sits in the calendar. And so all day, these were posting on Tuesday. Today's Wednesday, right? And so they've already been posting this morning as well. So it automatically posts them and places them in places. When it goes to the Facebook business page, then what I was having to do is there's no way for me to get it to go to my personal page. So what I was doing on that is I would literally just go to Facebook, go to the business page, go to the posts, and I just was hitting share and then share. So it's a 2-second step, share, because it shows up on your feed. If you don't add text, it looks really clean, because then it just shows up like that, and then they can just click see more, and you can see it. So it's super simple. But that was pretty much what I had planned to cover for today. Was there any other topics on this that you guys wanted to dig into? I mean, I think we could probably do an entire class just on Instagram, playing around with all those little intricacies, those tools. You know, the only other thing I would add to like these is play around with emojis. They grab a little bit more attention from people. You know, like, I know, Jackie, you're real big on, you know, adding those emojis into there, and because they do grab attention. I just, for the sake of, you know, getting this done quickly, I'm going to share something with you guys too. These are
what I found too when I add my emojis, basically what I do is, because a lot of times I'm posting from my computer, I go back after I've posted it on my phone, because it's just a lot easier to add the emojis from my phone. So I just edit it after it's posted. Yeah,
that makes sense.
The other thing is, you know, look at what other agents are doing. Like I've found some, and I know I've said this before, that just do some killer ads. Sometimes to me, like the one that you have there, and I know you just did it because you copy and pasted it, but I don't like that much verbiage in it. I like it short and sweet. And, you know, 4-bedroom with emoji, 2-bath with an emoji, 2-car garage with a car emoji, pool with the swimming emoji, you know, hurry before this one's gone, that kind of stuff, just quick. Basically all we're trying to get them to do is click the link, right? So that's what I just want them to click the link. So I show them a couple good things and tell them to click it. But
do you put the price in or no?
I have started to, because
I go back and forth.
It's typically right there, like you can see it right above where it says 3-bedroom.
Oh, true, yeah.
But everybody complains that the price isn't on there, so I just started putting it in there.
Gotcha.
Full transparency. Look, like I'm telling people, if you don't like it, the link's not for you anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm not posting in groups. I'm just doing it on my personal page, but I keep going back and forth to whether I want the price in there or not. But I feel like for people that are out of state, it's good for them to see the price, right? Like, so that they have
well, and on your own personal page, like when you're posting it, you're not necessarily trying to capture, right? I mean, you're trying to just promote, but you're not trying to capture. So I would say the more information you put on there, the better.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it is different what you're intentions are, like you said, are you promoting your listing? Are you promoting, you know, to capture leads? I think that'll change whether or not, like if I'm promoting my own listings, I may not put in squeeze pages on them just because, you know, my seller's paying me to sell the house, not to get more leads on it. If that makes sense. So, you know, it's catch-22. But yeah, so that's all I have for today. The goal is to do these every week. You know, let's stay on top of these conversations. Let's keep, you know, moving forward on this stuff. Let's keep learning about different things, sharing ideas. You know, I've said this before, a big piece of a lot of this marketing that we're doing, if you've got a seller, right? So let's just say, you know, going back to these insights, going into, shoot, hang on. You guys get to see my phone ringing here. This drives me nuts. Going into these insights, I could show my seller, look, you know, this is the activity that we got off of your listing. Probably somebody wanting to write an offer. It's fine with me, but the marketing you do for your current listings isn't always necessarily designed to get you that listing sold. It's designed to get you the next listing, if that makes sense. And I've thought this for years. So part of the reason why, even though we didn't need to do, probably need to do professional photography on a lot of our listings over the last couple of years, now you can walk into any listing appointment as the market, you know, moves in a different direction. You can say, look, you know, despite not needing to use professional photography, we always have. You know, even when the houses were selling in an hour, we still, it's a standard practice for us that we used it. You know, we're not, it's kind of like right now, all these lenders are calling other agents and begging for lunch and, oh, I want to take you out, and you're trying to, you know, all of a sudden be buddy with agents again. We're not all of a sudden, you know, calling our professional photographers. We've been using them consistently forever. Like it's just their, you know, standard. So this stuff is, you talk about what you do to sell homes to a seller. So like Marshall, if you were to be given an opportunity with that guy, I know you're trying to get your client in there, but you know, if he says, look, you know, what would you do to sell my house? This is what we do to sell houses. And you can talk about it because they're going to ask you, or what are you doing to market what would you do to market my house? Are you on social media? Yeah, we syndicate to, you know, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, you know, whatever it is that you do. They don't know what any of that means, except for that they hear that you know what it means, and that's all that matters. So that's all I got for today. I'll post this video for those who weren't able to make it. You know, reach out with questions, come up with ideas, play with some of this stuff, and you know, let's continue to learn from each other. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Lynn.
All right.